Jesus Christ, people, it's so freaking hot in UK right now. Even though it's only 26 degrees, apparently, feels like 35. And also, it's UK, it's much, much worse than it seems. Also, my cat is meowing in the background because reasons, so I'm so sorry about that. So anyway, Battlefield Studios just dropped another community blog post telling us what we can expect with the second stage of the season. And I'll be honest with you all, I'm extremely disappointed with something that was mentioned there, but we'll talk about that. Furthermore, I was praising Season 3 for having an amazing start, and it's still a good season, don't get me wrong, when it comes to multiplayer. When it comes to RedSec, I don't know what they're doing, man. I really don't know. Again, we'll talk about that. In other news, Modern Warfare 4 looks promising. Modern Warfare 4, I mean, we have to mention that. It looks promising. Might do some damage or bring some business to Battlefield. I'll mention that at the end. So yeah, welcome to Battlefield 1 Podcast, the best Battlefield-related podcast on this beautiful blue planet that is scorching my balls right now. But hey, my name is Tom, also known as TheLankySoldier. I'm your host as usual, and let's talk about Battlefield. Welcome to the show.
But then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again, and
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you cancelled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
it.
So of course, guys, first and foremost, welcome to Battlefield 1 Podcast. Like I said, my name is Tom, also known as TheLankySoldier. And I want to thank everyone for joining on another day, another week of me sweating like a pig because it's so freaking hot right now as you listen to me talk about Battlefield. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for choosing us to be your weekly entertainment about Battlefield. Thank you so much. It means a lot and everything. So yeah, thank you guys for joining, and thank you our Patreon supporters. Without you, this show would not exist. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. If you want to support us, get some extra content, get some early access, get some behind the scenes, get some exclusive live streams. Whatever the case may be, we offer some content. We also offer some stuff. You're not throwing your money to the ether or whatever. You're not throwing it away. You get something out of it, and your support means everything to us. It makes sure that we produce weekly episodes on a regular basis. So thank you guys for everything. It's all thanks to you. So thank you all the Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. So yeah, like I said, it's really hot, and we barely played Battlefield this week because mostly people are busy, and in my case, I had the time to play, but it's so hot, and we don't have AC. I barely played, and I played when it's like actually cooled down a little bit, and now I'm looking at like a portable AC or something to, because it happens every year. Every year we're getting hit with this heat wave in UK, and it's not the same heat wave as in any other country. I think I mentioned many times. I'd rather be in Croatia with 45 degrees than in UK with 25 or 30 degrees, because UK is just built different. UK is just built different. So that's that. So yeah, the heat was not helping me to play any Battlefield this week. I did play some. Don't get me wrong. I think I managed to squeeze like 2-3 hours. No, maybe not 3 hours. I would say 3 hours. I managed to squeeze 3 hours. We managed to play some RedSec and with some ranked, with some duos, and I can literally just go straight to the first topic, I guess. This week in Battlefield, playing RedSec ranked is the most buggiest shit ever. And for example, they have straight up like they have the labs tag, right? So every time you play RedSec ranked, they have a labs tag on top of the playlist, right? So it's like under testing, under development, all that kind of stuff, which is great. Fine, that's fantastic. I praise them for that, for having that, even though they can't do that for solos for some reason. But we'll talk about that later. But they did it for ranked. All right, cool. That's great. But when you have that labs tag, a month later, like literally a month into the experience being like since the experience was released for everyone to play on, you would imagine they will have somewhat regular changes, according to the feedback. Like, that doesn't have to be big changes. Like, you have your big changes every month. Yeah, of course, that's fine. With each update, you do some changes, all that kind of stuff. Great. But when it comes to like just small updates, what's the point of the labs tag if you don't update anything in that month? The labs tag means jack shit if you don't do anything with it. Sure, it gives you protection, like, hey, it's under development, we're doing changes in the background, and that's cool, and you're gonna get those updates whenever those updates are done. Great. But it kind of gives me that impression, like, if you put it under like alpha test, right, as it's supposed to be, you would imagine you would get some small changes, especially because it's ranked. Because ranked, I don't think people understand, but when it comes to like ranked, it's kind of important to keep it updated and make sure that it's in a good condition no matter what, because the integrity of the competitive spirit is on the line. And RedSec ranked, it's very, very fucking buggy. Like, the worst part is they never even talked about on anywhere other than today's blog post. Well, a couple of days ago, they, like I said, released a blog post, the community blog post, and they did mention about ranked, and it's just only one paragraph. That's it. They never said what they're changing, what's happening. They say, yeah, we're reading the feedback. I don't give a shit that you're reading the feedback. If you're not, reacting to that feedback, it means jack shit. So just because you have a labs tag doesn't give you a blank check just to ignore it until your new update every month. That doesn't, no. The point of labs tags, or the point of just being labs, even if it's a public labs thing, the point is to kind of make sure that the game is in good condition. It doesn't ruin the competitive integrity. And right now, RedSec ranked is a fucking joke. It's buggy as fuck for many different reasons. Because, like, for example, let's say, when you do the reward, like, mission and everything, they brought this bug back where there's no rewards in the crate when the crate lands. So it's just empty. I remember I experienced this bug many months ago, maybe before Season 1 or Season 2. I don't remember what was it. Where it was like early RedSec days. Like, and especially it happens all the time with late in the game at one point. The rewards just don't appear in the crate. Like, hey, I want to get a tank. Okay, you complete the mission for the tank, and the crate lands, and there's no tank key card in there. I'm like, okay, all right. So that's in RedSec. There are moments where you actually pick up a crate that says, hey, this is a crate for armor plates, right? Drop it on the floor and waiting for the crate to land. You open the crate. It's a munitions crate. So completely different crate entirely, right? So different rewards and everything. That's not supposed. So you get the wrong crate. I'm like, okay, sure. You can win the game without spawning in the game. So there's this very, very bad bug right now that when you're loading into the game with your squad or whatever, sometimes one of the squad mates is not. He's invisible, right? So you see his character, you see something floating in his head, like, I don't remember, it's like something. He was either invisible in the game, in the lobby before the game starts, or it's like some item of his like floating in the air because he's invisible. Regardless, he's invisible. The player that is invisible, he can't control anything. He just sees like a screen, some sort of like. At one point, Ray, for example, Ray was one of the players that got glitched, and he was just staring at the black screen. Then after that, he was staring at a random street next to the lighthouse. After that, he was staring at something else, and just the game switched to perspectives. And all this time, and for us, as we're playing, he can't spawn, he can't control anything as we're playing the game, and because we can't quit, because we're gonna get the, like, I don't know, the 10 RP penalty, like a rank points penalty. Like, okay, it's fine, let's continue, let's see how it goes, let's just commit to the game, you know, get as much as RP, and let's see if Ray gets anything from it too. So, we died around 3rd place. We tried to revive him, because to us, the game is telling us that he's revivable, or like something like there's a time or something like that, like, you know, that time when it's going on, that you can revive him in this amount of time, or whatever the case may be. I think it was like the time I got stuck on 36 seconds or some shit. Don't remember. I remember just that we could not revive him whatsoever. We could not redeploy him, we could not do anything, and he can't control the game whatsoever, and so on. So I was like, okay, fine, let's commit to the game, let's see what happens. So we were fighting, managed to finish third, as in, like, with other 2 squads. We died at that point. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be it. No, as long after you died, all your squad mates died, the game still thinks that Ray's in the game, and because the game thinks Ray's in the game, we start instantly going to the spectating mode. You know, it's like loading something, right? And we're spectating other people, or we're spectating something, and as those 2 squads are fighting, and they finally fought, and there's only 1 man alive. He just died from the fire, because the fire, you know, the circle just closes and just kills him, right? And because he died, the game thinks Ray is still alive, even though he never spawned. But the game thinks he's still alive, and we won the game, because somehow the game thinks that Ray was still alive. So, and then after we won the game and we got the winning cinematic, Ray finally can control his game. And that bug is very persistent and very common in Battlefield RedSec Ranked. In a competitive mode, in ranked mode, you get this bug, it's unacceptable. What do you mean? You can just have this glitch and just win the game and get free SR points. SR, like, it's not that's called SR, it's RP points. You get free RP points just because one player is glitched and he could not spawn, and the game thinks he's still in the game, when all the squads fucking die from the Ring of Fire, and you get RP points, like over 200, depending how many kills you get. You know, 200, 300, whatever, depending how you play the game. You get 100 for just winning the game. So, how's that fair? How's that acceptable? As soon as this bug is present in the game, in labs, under testing, under development thing, this bug should be the top priority right now in the fucking game. This bug should have been fucking fixed 2 weeks ago, as bare minimum. And this bug was not only persistent in the older builds of RedSec, it did happen before in pubs, in duos and squads. But for some reason, Ranked is using the older version of the build, or whatever the case. I don't know how it works, but it just seems like it's the older version, and it's very persistent. It's very often happens that when one of the squad mates don't spawn, sometimes multiple squads don't spawn, and the game decides, oh, who's the only player alive, even though none of them spawned. So there was like, I remember there was like 4 squads. I remember I saw just could not spawn, and one of them just finished 4th, 3rd, and so on. Anyway, it's a really shitty bug. Should not be in a fucking game. I don't know how that's acceptable. How's that, like, comparative integrity, my ass? There's loads of people that are getting up the ranks. You know, who cares at this point? But there's loads of people that go up the ranks, and they just don't deserve those RP points, right? RP points, like rank points. Lots of people don't get. They get basically carried because, like, oh yeah, free win, free RP points, and all that kind of stuff, right? In ranked mode, it's stupid. This should be fixed as soon as possible, and yet there's no word from Battlefield Studios or whoever is doing this. I don't know if it's Ripple Effect or DICE. I don't know who's making this mode at this point. Who's doing all this stuff? This bug should not be existing whatsoever, especially in ranked. And they said nothing. Said nothing. They only said one paragraph in this blog we're gonna talk about. One paragraph, and that it's a nothing burger blog paragraph. It says nothing. Which it just says we're listening to feedback. I don't give a shit that you listen to feedback. Do something. Do something. And they're not doing anything. And that's what pisses me off. So that's that. You can win the game without even spawning. So that's great. Also, of course, there's lots of visual graphical bugs. And for some reason, the sky disappears. Or for some reason, the game just becomes... you got flashback by the power of the sun. Like, whole screen just becomes white. And you can't get rid of it. Or particles become... blue or red, whatever the case may be, like it's just like they're extremely bright and for no reason, just like, you know, smoke particles, or was it fire particles? I don't remember what particles was it, but it's just so many graphical glitches that just block everything, and it's just extremely bright, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. Or when you crash, I mean, sure, it's not a thing since RedSec came out. For example, there's no reconnect feature, no reconnect feature. So I don't know why that's not a thing. Why there's no reconnect feature? I mean, don't get me wrong. Granted, it took 4 or 5 years for Call of Duty to introduce a reconnect feature to Warzone. So, and Fortnite doesn't even have a reconnect feature. So I guess it's a difficult thing to implement, and it's not very universal fix as it seems, because other games can't do it either. But reconnect feature should be a fucking priority too, because like, hey, someone crashes, you should be able to reconnect to the game, and just like, yeah, your character's maybe dead, whatever, but at least you're back in the game, right? At least you're back in the game, one way or another. So you should have a reconnect feature. There's loads of random people just leaving squads. When you play with randos, they just like die the first time, and before they even second chance, they just quit or whatever. And I'm like, why are you playing ranked mode if you're just gonna quit? And there's, yeah, especially the rookies. Rookies don't get any penalty for leaving, basically. They like, if you start playing ranked and you don't have any entry fee to, you know, to the game, you can just quit and you're not gonna lose any RP points. You're not gonna lose any rank points. How the hell that makes sense? Like, so many people quitting just because they can, and they don't get any penalty whatsoever. And they do this on a regular basis. They quit, and they don't get any, you know, penalties, and we're the ones that suffer. Right? The players that stay on the game, they're the ones that suffer, because like, hey, fuck you for trying to play with rounds in ranked mode, right? Oh, it's not like Battlefield Studios decided to make this into fucking quads for no fucking reason. Oh, there's nothing to do with that. I mean, let's ignore that the fucking scoring is very individualistic, and like, who gives fuck your squad, basically. Or this is my favorite. I discovered this recently. If you're down a player, you don't get the points, but you're about to go finish the kill, you're about to go thirst and finish the kill and get the RP, the rank points in the RP. They just can disconnect from the game, and you're not gonna get the points. So before you confirm the kill, they just quit the game or close the game, whatever the case may be, right? And you're not gonna get the points for the kill? What? And it happened a couple of times, and I'm like, oh great, I lost 10-15 points. And those 10-15 points do matter when you're playing in higher ranks, like, Diamond or Master, wherever, where every point matters. And when they just disconnect and you're not gonna get the points, how? Why? Like I said, this whole fucking ranked thing and the labs, the idea is great, but the idea is that you update the game at least on a weekly basis. Small updates then there. Doesn't have to be very big updates. Doesn't have to be very like important or whatever. That's just small fixes once in a while. Even if it's just for one bug, just a fix for one bug, should be a fucking thing. But they're not talking about it. They're not doing anything about it. And we have so many fucking glitches. I'm like, okay, this ranked experience is fucking dog shit, because it's not. They done it. Like, how can you say competitive integrity Or how can you say this is your competitive mode when you basically do nothing to fix important bugs that rewards people unfairly and punishes the people that actually do give a shit about ranked mode? If you're a solo player and you're trying to reach Diamond or Master, you know, as a solo player, good fucking luck, because the game just gonna spit in your face and call you names. That's the experience you're gonna get. Because people are gonna be disconnecting, people winning games because they're not spawning in, because the game thinks they haven't spawned, or whatever the case may be. Rewards are non-existent because rewards just disappearing from crates or give you wrong rewards. Then of course graphical bugs and all. All this just happens in fucking ranked. From what I've seen, it only happens in ranked, and barely happens in pubs game. In pubs, sure, pubs are more updated and everything. I guess bugs are fixed and cool, but if ranked was this undercooked and not ready, then why release solos instead and ranked later? But I did say that many months ago. Release solos first, then you can release ranked. I don't know, July, June, whatever. If that's the case, if you need a fucking month or two extra to sort this out, you should have done that fucking ages ago. But yeah. So this week in Battlefield, we've been playing RedSec under this heat, and it was 3 of us, it was 2 of us. You know, with randos, of course, to complete the squad, we had loads of. We only had one good round, me and Monkey, of RedSec ranked, where we got matchmaked with a Diamond and a Master player, and of course, and because they Diamond and Master, that means they need the fucking they need the RP point, they need the points, they need the kills, they need assists, they need everything. And just chilling with them and playing the game, you know, as fast as possible, just moving everywhere, you know, committing to the, you know, to the pushes and everything, you know, play smart and all that kind of stuff. There were moments where we fucked up, we were dead. I managed to do like a clutch revive. I think we finished second or third, I don't remember. But just because we played so fucking good, like each of us got like 7-8 kills each of us. So we played really good and really nice, and like that was the highlight of my week. That match was so fucking good. We played so good. The moments were good and everything. It's just unfortunate that we didn't win the game. But overall, because we played with those guys that know how to play the game, and they were doing missions and we were hunting kills and everything. It's just like it was a really good experience. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the proper ranked experience. And even Monkey's like, ooh, I like this. Yeah, exactly. That's how we're supposed to be playing, and that's why it feels so fucking amazing, because like, yeah, you fucking worked for that win. You worked for those points, right? You're like, yeah, you pumped in. So that was my highlight when we got matchmade with a Diamond and a Master player, because we matched with people that know how to play the game, and it felt really good. So if we can get that experience on a regular basis, great. But that's not the reality, unfortunately. The experiences we've been getting are just not that good when it comes to like ranked experience. And yeah, unfortunately, it's very buggy. It's lots of problems, and Battlefield Studios are just quiet. They're just quiet. They're not saying anything. They're not doing updates. They're not even talking. That's the thing. They're not even talking. So I don't fucking know what they're doing. And that's what pisses me off most about. But yeah, that's our week in Battlefield this week. Yeah, that's what's happening for us this week. And not happy. Then a couple of times we played duos. Different story. Different. It's like, yeah, okay, we won a couple of games in duos. Cool. That's kind of it. So yeah, so Battlefield Studios, fix your shit. Actually commit. If you're doing this ranked mode, you better fucking communicate at least. The most you can do is communicate. The least you can do is literally just make a Discord channel like, okay guys, this was happening, this was blah 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 blah. At least talk to us. Give me hope that there's something's happening in the background. That's all I need to hear. Are you changing into trios by any chance? Please tell me you're changing into trios. It's a copium. I know they're not gonna do it in this fucking stage 2 thing, because we only got one paragraph for RedSec ranked. I know it's not happening in this next update on this blog post we're gonna talk about. But damn, the things I would do right now to change it to trios as a bare minimum, as it's some bare minimum change. If it's trios, you know what? That's fine. Because that means I can just have one friend with me, and we can have a rando with us, and it will be a 50-50 chance if we're gonna play good or not. You know, I'll take those. I'll take that chance. I'll take those chances. So yeah, RedSec ranked is a buggy mess, and honestly, I would not recommend anyone to play right now until they fix this fucking shit, because it put a really sour taste in my mouth, and I really don't like it. Yeah, so I've been talking for 25 minutes now. So before we continue with the blog post that Battlefield Studios have released, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Thank you. Like, this topic in my head went really fast. For me, it felt like I was talking for 5 minutes, even though I'm kind of surprised I was talking for 25 minutes at this point. Yeah, to me, yeah. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sticking around, and Patreon. Just check out Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support is very needed. It's very needed because, again, I'm a guy that has a full-time job. Other people in our group also have jobs and everything, and every little helps to support the podcast. You know, to commit to weekly episodes, all that kind of stuff. You know, and we don't want you to throw money, so just subscribe to Patreon to get some content, get something out of it, be engaged. You know, I don't want you to throw money at us just for the sake of because you like us. No, I want you to get something out of it. So we have some content on Patreon, some amazing, funny content. If you enjoyed the podcast, I am pretty certain you will enjoy all the conversations we have on Patreon there. Like, you know, all the content we have, all the videos we have, all the podcast episodes we have, you know, extra episodes. Enjoy those. Like, it's there for a reason. It's there for you to enjoy. And it's only for $5, you know, $2 or $5, up to you. So, yeah. And also, of course, we started live streaming there, so we have some live streams there, so you can understand what kind of experiences we get, you know, what's happening there. So, yeah. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Without you guys, this show would not exist. I'm telling you right now, without Patreon, this show would not exist. So, every little helps. Even if you subscribe for 1 month, that's fine, guys. Thank you guys for that support. That's all it means. Just thank you for your support. Even if you use a free trial and quit, you know what? At least you check it out. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Let's move on with the next topic. Alright, so Battlefield Studios did another community update, a community blog post. It talks about the upcoming stage 2 of season 3. And it's called Blast Point. So they talk about what's coming in this new update that is happening on 9th of June. So they talk about, hey, Cairo Bazaar is coming. Great. What kind of gameplay improvements we're gonna be getting in this update? They talk about soldier visibility, vehicle updates, spray paints, portable mortar, progression, and look at ahead at gunplay changes. And then RedSec, we have Battle Royale Solos. Finally, like I said, like when they said the Solos is not gonna be on launch, I'm like, oh yeah, when it's gonna coming out? A month later? Yeah, like I said, I have it on record saying back in April. Oh, is it gonna be a month? Is it gonna be a fucking month as usual? Is it gonna be, because at this point it's standard. So yeah, Battle Royale Solos finally coming. There's a catch here though. We'll talk about that one. Ranked Battle Royale, like I said, just only one paragraph there, so it's just for the shits and giggles. I'll read that out. And some Battle Royale changes, and of course there's Portal, and of course the promotions for Portal experiences that people made. So, which it's called building together, all that kind of stuff. So anyway. Okay, so the first thing is they talk about Cairo Bazaar. So Cairo Bazaar, if anyone doesn't know, if you join this podcast for the first time ever, Cairo Bazaar is basically inspired by Grand Bazaar from Battlefield 3, and I think they had a remake in Hardline. It's called Chinatown, I think. So anyway, so Grand Bazaar, a very popular map in Battlefield community. People love Grand Bazaar. It was fan favorite back in Battlefield 3. So I'm kinda excited for this map, and also from the footage they showed us, from the B-roll they provided to certain content creators for of the map looks beautiful. The map looks freaking beautiful, and I'm like, ooh, that looks very lovely, and I want to play on this. And the layout is, like I said, inspired by Grand Bazaar. It's not exactly the same, but it's the idea behind it, that it's inspired by Grand Bazaar. It wants to play and feel like Grand Bazaar, but it's like a brand new map inspired by that. So yeah, what they say here. Our mission for Cairo Bazaar is simple. Bring back what it made it fun while opening up combat flow in new ways. Across the map, destruction create additional pathways and shortcuts, helping reduce pressure on key choke points and allowing squads to create unexpected pushes through environment. Veterans of the original map will still recognize iconic combat spaces, including the central market pathway that will remain one of the most heavily contested roads through the map. At the same time, alternative routes around the outer streets will continue to support flanking and more tactical approaches for players looking to avoid chaos at the center of the fight. Okay, they say they have more shared this next week and so on. Okay, cool. The bigger one, okay, let's go to the gameplay improvements that are happening in that update. So, soldier visibility. So, for you to understand how significant this is without looking at the examples they showed, for me telling you is it will not do justice. I'm telling you right now, it will not do justice. But I will read out what they say, just so you can get an impression. But basically, long story short, they're improving soldier visibility. So there's certain places. I think we all agree that visibility in certain locations and certain places in Battlefield 6 multiplayer or even RedSec, whatever, the visibility of soldiers is very, very bad sometimes, like really bad. You can't see those soldiers in the grass or in the bushes or just in the shadows. You can barely see them. The soldier visibility has always been a problem since the game came out, right? Since the beta. So it was pretty obvious that soldier visibility needed improvement. So finally they're addressing to some degree, and they're basically adding like a filter to the soldiers. So they say these soldier visibility filter improvements result in reduced visual noise around enemy characters, helping them stand out more clearly against terrain, foliage, and heavily detailed backgrounds. Better adaptation to dark interiors and bright outdoor environments, improving overall target readability during combat. Improved contrast, color separation, and silhouette definition to help enemy soldiers remain easier to identify across a wider range of combat scenarios. More consistent visibility behavior across both close and long-range engagements. Reduced visual artifacts around soldiers and effects like fog, resulting in more natural appearance during combat. So basically, like I said, they adding like a filter to these soldiers, improving contrast, improving like the lighting, and the best way I think I can describe you is just like the soldiers are much brighter in dark locations. Like they show examples. Some of them show like gifs and everything, showing, oh yeah, look, can you see the soldier in this location? Oh, you cannot? What about, boom, that's how that looks in the new update, and you can actually see the soldier. You can actually see the silhouette of the soldier. Like, oh yeah, that's a player in that fucking dark corner. Great. Fantastic. I want to believe that this is not the end. They will continue improving this until the game fucking dies. I hope they continue improving this and they actually can apply these learnings to the new game, if it's coming next year or in 2 years, 2027 or 2028. I mean, I don't care, as long as all this knowledge is not going to be abandoned for when the new game comes out, or whenever that new game is announced or coming. I don't care. I hope they don't release a new game in 4 years anyway. I hope the new game is coming 2030 with the new consoles, with PlayStation 6 and so on. I want to believe. But anyway, staying on topic, from just examples they showed, and this blog post doesn't show all the examples. I saw some more examples from Battlefield Bulletin or somewhere on Twitter. And yeah, it looks better. The soldier visibility looks so much fucking better, and I'm like, I'm all for it. Great. We need this. We really need this, and that's great. So there's vehicle updates. We're going to make targeted updates to vehicle gameplay and blast point with a focus on improving situational awareness control and overall balance across both air and ground vehicles. So for air vehicles, I'm not a pilot, I'm telling you right now, so all this is jibber jabber to me, so I'm not really a pilot, so to me doesn't really matter. But to all you pilots over there, I might as well read this out for you just because. For air gameplay, we're making improvements aimed at giving pilots and gunners better awareness and more effective Coordination during engagements. We're increasing the height of minimap camera for aircraft and expanding the area covered by the minimap while flying and improving your ability to track activity across wider area. The radar system upgrade will come equipped by default on all attack helicopters instead of occupying a customization slot. Okay, that's cool. This allows pilots to maintain radar awareness without sacrificing other equipment choices, opening up more flexibility when customizing helicopter loaders. Okay, I understood that. So that's great. Okay, air radar having on by default and you have to equip it. That's actually lovely. So I'm not a pilot again, but pilots will really enjoy this because I think it's very good change. To replace the radar system customization, we're introducing a thermal optic as a new upgrade option. So yeah, helicopters will have a thermal optic. I guess the gunners will have a thermal optic. So that's gonna be interesting. I wonder. There's also people saying, well, why can't ground vehicles get thermal optics? Now, let me tell you right now, before I go to this ground combat thing. I'm main tanks in Battlefield games. So you already know that. If you listen to this podcast for a while, you know how much I love tanks and you know how much I main tanks in Battlefield games. So that's that. Like, you know, I love tanks, you know. Tank is my bitch. Okay? So we established that. If you give me thermal optics in fucking tank, especially in Battlefield 6, boy, I am feasting like a king. I hope they add just because they can, and I'm just like, ooh, boy, I'm gonna be fucking unstoppable because, please. But I would understand why Battlefield Studios, or in this case DICE, I guess, because they're the one working on the multiplayer, they'd be like, maybe tanks don't need thermal optic. They don't. Trust me, they don't. But for shits and giggles, for me to have more fun and more that feeling of just being unstoppable, yeah, sure, add the thermal optics just for me, you know, just for me, please, just for me, you know, just for me, add the thermal optics for me. It's just, you know, just because, you know, just because. So yeah, so what is talking about? Anyway, just to end the topic on the thermals, I don't think you want thermals in ground vehicles, but if you do add them, good luck, because I'm gonna have so much fun. So, trust me, you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. Anyway, so alright. What they talk about the ground vehicles. We're making several updates to improve how vehicles interact with infantry and anti-vehicle tools. Okay, so they just say here, the mobile anti-air vehicle will feature two new secondary weapon options, giving players more flexibility and opportunity for skill expression when engaging air targets. Higher velocity anti-air missiles require more precise manual aim. Okay, I don't really care about the anti-air tank, however. Additional to these updates, we're making smaller target adjustments across a variety of gadgets and vehicles. Notable highlights include a more intuitive trajectory for the RPG launcher. Okay, so is this the change they did with season 3 or season 2? I don't remember, and just kind of ruined the RPGs. Is this them fixing it? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Okay, spray paints. I don't think I have to tell you what the spray paints are. Basically, Battlefield 6 is getting spray paints, and another thing for them to monetize. You know what? I don't care. Spray paints are fun. But my only disappointment is that from what I heard, those spray paints don't work on soldiers, on characters. So you can't spray paint your teammate with it, which is a big mistake. You should be able to spray paint your teammate until they, and die respawn. You should be able to spray paint your teammates. That's a missed opportunity in my eyes. Warzone does it, and it's the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, anyway, spray paints. You can spray paint anything on the map. Alright, cool. I mean, you know what? That's fine. Also, I don't think spray paints work on the ground. So yeah, I don't think you can spray paint the ground. So that's kind of defeats the purpose if you can't spray paint anything except walls and certain surfaces. Kind of defeats the purpose. No, yeah, whatever. So anyway, they say they're gonna be adding more spray paints in the future. I'm like, okay, whatever. Alright, polymer mortar. You know what? I'm not gonna read this. I don't care. Fuck your mortar. Fuck your all this indirect fire garbage. Sure, it makes cool for cinematics and all that kind of stuff. Cool. I will not read it to you. and I don't care. And I think you deserve a bit of more respect than you caring about this fucking portable mortar thing. If you care about portable mortar, apparently how they changed the mortar and all that kind of stuff, cool, good for you. Go read it yourself in the community blog that they released. I just refuse to read it because I'm sorry, I just don't care. It's just like, I'm pretty sure I only used the mortar for like, in total, like 2 minutes in my 800 hours of playing Battlefield 6, RedSec, and multiplayer. I'm pretty sure the total time of me using a mortar is 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure about that. I used it a couple of times. I'm like, wow, such riveting gameplay. And it's not even that helpful or useful. It also has spread, funny enough. Like, okay, sure, it's never accurate. So like, okay. And in Breakthrough, there's loads of people just playing with mortars, just camping and like, we're talking like five plus people in their base just camping with mortars and shooting. I'm like, wow. These are the people that go on Reddit and just spew bullshit what Battlefield's supposed to be. Battlefield doesn't need a battle royale because it's not Battlefield. Battlefield should be Battlefield. Ah, yes. Battlefield is just camping with a fucking mortar and just getting cheap kills, even if you get any kills. Like, okay, what always makes me happy if I do see a mortar somewhere in the base, like enemy base, and somehow manage to go into his base and actually kill him in his own base. Sure, I die from being outbound, but you know what? I don't care. It's satisfying to kill those players that camping in their own base with mortars and they get like confused, like, oh, how did I die? How did I die? You cheater, whatever. Yeah, because you fucking suck. I'm sorry. It's just like, yeah, mortars. I'm not gonna talk about fucking mortars. I don't care. All right, this kind of confused me. They talk about progression. So, so they don't say what's coming with progression. They just say what they did with progression, which confused the shit on me. So, since launch, we continue to make adjustments to progression pacing across Battlefield 6 based on your feedback, especially throughout Season 2. One of the biggest areas we focus on making progression feel smoother and more rewarding early in your play sessions, helping players unlock meaningful loadout options faster and spend less time working through slower opening tiers. Compared to Season 1, players in Season 2 progressed through the Battle Pass over 2.5 times faster on average, leading to substantially more Battle Pass unlocks and deeper progression throughout the season, which I agree, that was actually faster. I finished the Battle Pass in 3 weeks? 4 weeks? Granted, I was no-lifing that shit too, because me and Monkey were just playing RedSec, no fucking stop. But we also, I think, I got the 25 tiers on top, and I had so many XP tokens for the Battle Pass, so that was so fucking fast. So that's nice. I like, you know what? I have no problem with that. You know, I literally completing the Battle Pass as soon as possible is fine to me. Honestly, who gives a damn? It's just skins. If I can finish this as fast as possible, great. I can just continue playing the game and I don't have to worry about weeklies or whatever. Because at the point, when you're like 300 plus level, why do you care about level? It gives you nothing, right? It's just a number showing how much you played. So that's that. Like, and if you finish the battle pass faster, who cares? So that's great, you know. So, okay, well, what was they saying? We also improved hardware mastery progression. Oh yeah, the weapons. With the players now unlocking primary weapon attachments roughly 50% faster than before, these updates apply across all primary weapons categories and sidearms, helping loaders camp again much earlier, blah 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 blah, okay, don't care. We'll continue to monitor progression data and feedback as we move further into Season 3 to help ensure progression remains rewarding, consistent, and respectful of your time. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. They don't explain what's changing, they just say, we're monitoring the feedback. Cool. This paragraph couldn't be just deleted from the blog post and no one would care, or just make it into one simple sentence. That's it. Like, I don't know why this paragraph was put here for no fucking reason. Changes nothing. I don't know, just to make the paragraph look more meaty, I guess. That's what they're trying to do? I don't know. Like, this paragraph was so pointless. We continue to iterate. Why? Okay, so before this is about looking ahead at gameplay changes. Some of the areas we're currently exploring to include adjustments to damage multipliers across several weapon categories, alongside broader ballistic updates involving muzzle velocity, drag, and bullet drop behavior. We also began testing narrower sweet spot ranges for bolt-action rifles as part of ongoing review for long-range combat balance and weapon mastery. We're also testing adjustments to recoil variation aimed at improving the handling, predictability of consistency of automatic weapon during sustained fire. So they talk about the recoil here, the last bit. They're talking about the recoil, how, you know, they added random bullet deviation for it is like random recoil. And I said like 2 episodes ago, I think, when I was talking about the update, when they did this change, so I guess they're gonna tighten it up a little bit, they're gonna clean up a little bit. And I said that the game doesn't feel different. And I know some people will scream at me, and they did scream like, "Oh, no, Lanky, you're wrong." And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. The way I described it 2 episodes ago about this change, with the gunplay they did with the recoil, you know, adding more recoil, it's just basically you go from A to B, but in a different way. So before we had like a bicycle or something like that, or a bike or something like that, right? Something, right? You were going from A to B, and that's your, you know, shooting the weapon, hitting the target. You know, that's A to B, right? And the way they changed it, instead of using a bike to go from A to B, now you use like a moped or something else to go from A to B. It's a different experience how you go from A to B, but it's kind of the same experience anyway. The end result is the same. And the way I say its end result is the same is because a guy named Exclusive Ace, who does testing, all that kind of stuff, and he compared it pre-season changes and after-season changes with the recoil. And the changes are so minimal, you just don't notice them. You just don't. And anyone that noticed these changes, I'm like, it's like, why do you care? If you notice these kind of changes, you're a good enough player to know that, and you're not gonna struggle. You're not gonna struggle. Like, that's the thing. You're not gonna struggle, and you're still gonna play good. You're still gonna be the same player as you were. You're not gonna struggle. So it's just the meta changed how they do recoil. And like I said on that episode, I don't think this change was made for the sake of gameplay. I think this change was made for the sake of something internally. Because when in the future seasons, they're gonna add some new guns, and maybe some new guns have some really wacky, you know, shooting mechanics, right? Whatever those mechanics are, right? And they need to fix the general guns to make sure that other guns don't feel broken or something doesn't break in the process, as the way the game is handling recoil. So this felt like, to me personally, like an internal fix than a public fix. Like, this was not made for the gameplay changes. This was just made for the internal game development purposes. Because when they add new guns, it will function properly as it's supposed to be, and not in some wonky way. Because now they have this new system, so maybe that's my prediction. That's how it feels to me. That's what it is. So what else they say about this? Oh yeah, the sweet spot ranges. Like, okay, I have to agree right now. Sniping in Battlefield 6 is not fun. It's just not. It's not fun. It's just like something about sniping in Battlefield 6 just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. The best sniping I ever had felt like really good, I think it was Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone. And maybe even Modern Warfare 3. Actually, even current Call of Duty, it does sniping really well, I think. It's not the same, because there's some minor changes. But at the moment, I think I still stand at Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 3. When I say Modern Warfare 3, it's like, what, 2023? Yeah, 2023 game. Sniping just felt really good and amazing, and Battlefield 6 sniping just feels really rough. It just doesn't feel satisfying. And I don't know if it's because of the sweet spot or how the guns feel. Whatever the case may be, I think I said 2 episodes ago when I was reviewing the season, L11 just doesn't feel good whatsoever. I was kind of disappointed how the gun feels. It doesn't feel good, you know. Something about like just bolt action sniping in Battlefield 6 just doesn't feel good. People say like, oh yeah, the Miniscout is the best weapon. Is it? I don't know. Miniscout just feels like very like a pea shooter to me, even though it's like very accurate and very quick ADS speed and all that kind of stuff. Great. It just doesn't feel good. Just remove the sweet spot. Just make headshots matter, you know, a bit more. And I think that's the way I will go personally, because I really don't like the sweet spot. Just sniping feels really not satisfying. It's just not doesn't feel good to me. So that's that. And they also say they they're gonna look at ballistic updates like muzzle velocity, drag, and bullet drop behavior. So, for example, I would love to have more velocity in certain guns, for example, but I'm mostly snipers. You know, all this, right? I don't mind the gunplay right now as it is right now because the gunplay I think is fine. The way the gunplay works right now, I think it's fine and respectable, and it's not too difficult. But it's also, if you're really good, you controlling the recoil and the spread. I think it's fine. You know, it's fine. And yeah, it's just mostly sniping. It's just the problem to me, you know. And I think the snipers could use a bit more velocity or something like that. So, but that's my opinion. But anyway. Alright, early feedback from Focus Battlefield Labs play sessions have been encouraging, particularly around the limb damage adjustments. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention they're actually adding more, like, more... I don't know what they say here somewhere. Just the multipliers on certain body parts and everything, so which I think is a nice thing. At the same time, we know there's still more work to be done, and player opinions continue to vary on how these systems should evolve. Battlefield Labs remain... Okay, not important anyway. Alright, RedSec. Alright, let's talk about RedSec. Let me have a quick sip of water. Okay, RedSec. Battle Royale Solos. Fuck's sake, man. Guys, I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired of this shit. And not only this shit, Warzone does the same fucking shit. Same fucking shit. Anyway, so what they're doing. Battle Royale Solos is returning with a series of updates aimed at improving pacing and overall balance to force solo players. We heard your feedback during the modes. Okay, they heard the feedback and all. Anyway, so what's happening in Solos? It's coming 9th of June. Cool, great, fantastic, love it. 8 months later, after the game release, Battle Royale game, I has fucking Solos. Hallelujah! Holy shit, they have the technology. Holy fuck, this oh my god, fucking excellent. I love it. This is so fucking cool, man. It's so fucking cool. 8 months later, we have Solos. Fuck yeah, man. But main battle tanks and infantry fighting vehicles will be removed from the experience. That's interesting. While vehicles are a core part of Battlefield, they were not originally designed for one-on-one engagements, and this change will create more consistent and fair experiences for players fighting alone. So I'm kind of mixed feeling about this because, like I said multiple times, I think I said with episode I did with Ray about the Solos, was it 10 episodes ago maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, maybe it was 10 episodes ago. Something like that. Ray was on and we were talking about Solos. And I said that tanks, vehicles are not the problem in Solos, but the FIV, the Bradley, was the problem. The tank itself was not the problem because, okay, the vehicles in RedSec are not the problem whatsoever. It's just how people handle those vehicles in RedSec. So like I said, like many times, they're glass cannons. They're literally glass cannons. One shot in the back, or one engineer with the level 3 perk, or whatever the case may be, right? And they hit you with their fucking rocket, right? The tank is disabled, half health, and you can't move and whatsoever. It's just like you're just a sitting duck waiting to be shot again, and you're gonna lose the tank. Good players. You know, I never lost an endgame with against a tank because we know how to destroy tanks. Missions give you anti-tank weapons. Then now crates give you more anti-tank weapons, all that kind of stuff, right? There's so many anti-tank weaponry. Also, let's not forget that RedSec literally drops in the Battle Royale. If enemy player has a fucking tank, the fucking game, the server itself, drops crates full of anti-tank weapons for you to take to fight that fucking tank. The game gives you all the opportunities in the fucking world to kill that tank. If you're playing against a good squad in endgame with a vehicle, there's a 99 chance that that tank is not surviving whatsoever. So I will die on this hill. The problem was never the vehicles in this fucking game. It's the player base that is they're too dumb to handle this. That they don't understand that. Grab a fucking RPG and just shoot a fucking tank. And if you hit them in the back too, money, cash money. It's that easy to kill a fucking tank. I will stand by that and I will defend this. I will defend the game with vehicles because the vehicles were never the problem. It was the player base because they just don't know how to play the game. And when you play ranked, for example, or when you play just duos with random people, absolute clueless potatoes. People are just absolute shit at the game. I'm sorry, RedSec for them is rocket science for some reason. I don't understand why, but hey. Anyway, so when it comes to solos, I did say that the main battle tank in solos never been a problem because you can kill the fucking tank so fucking easily, especially when you're playing against good players. That tank is not surviving, and because a tank is a tank, it's a bit slow, it's a bit more like chunky and everything. And with the recent changes, like you can't have MGs on top in the gunner. Well, it's solos. Who gives a damn? All they had to do is just keep the tank, remove the gunner seats from the tank, so just have the engineer as the only spot you can play in the tank, and you're fine. It's fine because it's slow, it's clunky, and if tank is so easily visible and everything. Now they show you on the minimap too, so tanks will got extremely nerfed. So that's all they had to do. Remove the Bradley from solos. Now that's I agree. Okay. The Bradley was fucking OP in solos before they nerfed the vehicles with Season 3. Season 3 RedSec nerfed the vehicles so fucking bad with the gunner positions. The Bradley, the fire rate for the main gun is so fucking slow, it nerfed the vehicle to oblivion. It's just, the Bradley right now in RedSec is absolute dog shit. And every time we get it, I'm just like dreading using it because it's so fucking bad. So fucking bad. It's just a bad fucking vehicle in RedSec. So I was saying, keep the main battle tank in solos, but remove the Bradley because Bradley is so fucking good. But now after the Bradley nerf, I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, they're removing the vehicle, so you know what? Fine, who cares? It's solos. This has surprised me though. They're lowering the player number on the server on solos from 100 to 80 players. They say this provides more flexibility when choosing drop location and gives players more room to establish themselves before engaging in combat. So they're basically slowing the game down. To maintain the overall pace of matches, we're increasing the speed of the ring during the early stages of the game, which is a good thing. This will help ensure that matches retain their intensity while supporting the updated player count. So I think I said it that ranked solos was very chaotic early game because for some reason it just felt like, oh wow, there's like 3 people landing our spot, and that's kind of unheard of because usually that doesn't happen. I do agree that solos was very chaotic for 100 play. Like something about it was really chaotic comparing to duos and quads. Well, I guess it makes sense because there's more players, more individual than not in squads, so there's like a bigger area to cover for more players. Reducing the player number from 100 to 80, that's a big fucking reduction of players. Now they're increasing the speed how the circle closes, so I guess that's nice. At the moment, I'm not saying if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Let me play it first, I will judge then. At the moment, I have no opinion because this might be good, this might be bad, I don't know. At this moment, I'm indifferent because I understand what they're going for. But for me, there's nothing to be mad about because, I mean, it does make sense with the changes, I guess. We'll see. Okay, jury's out for now. So I will give my honest thoughts when it's out, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. At the moment, I'm indifferent. Like, okay, you're reducing the player numbers, but you're making the circle a bit faster. Can be fun. We'll see. Okay, so now, this is the best part. This is the best part. I love this. I love this so fucking much. To support matchmaking, this is so fucking cool, man. I'm so guys, you don't realize how cool this is. I fucking love it. Oh my god, I want to kill myself. To support matchmaking health and overall experience quality, solos will rotate with duos within a playlist structure on a weekly cadence. With the launch of Blast Point on June 9th, solos will become the active playlist while duos rotates temporarily. On June 16, duos will return and solos will rotate out its place. We're also exploring ways to better indicate which mode is currently active. We're excited to bring solos back and look forward to hearing your feedback and how these changes will affect your experience. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself. What do you... Call of Duty does the same fucking thing. The reason I never played fucking Call of Duty for the last 4 months, maybe even more, is because of their fucking playlists. What do you mean I can't play solos on fucking main battle royale? What do you mean it's only resurgence? What do you mean there's no there's not even duos? Oh no, there's solos and duos in Black Ops Royale mode. I don't give a fuck. Give me normal battle royale. I don't want to play with randos fucking quads. So that's that. So let's look at Battlefield situation right now. Right now we have solos. Oh no, sorry. Right now we have duos, quads, and ranked mode, which is squads. So by de facto we have 2 quad modes. Okay, that's dumb. That's fucking literally retarded. Actually stupid. So that's that. So now you're removing duos. So the mode to play with your friends, which I play duos most because I have a fucking friend. We play duos all the fucking time. And now you want to tell me that you're gonna rotate duos out for the sake of solos? What, you think we're gonna play fucking solos while we're in Discord together? Absolutely fucking not! The point of solos is to play with me while I'm waiting for my friend to fucking come in and play with me. Oh, I'll play a bit of solos before he logs in, or vice versa. As soon as he's in, we're gonna go back to duos. Because we're together. But hey, no. Let's remove duos and solos. Let's rotate between them. What the fuck? What the fuck are you thinking? No, somewhere it was mentioned here, I know. They're not opposing for the idea that solos and duos will be together at one point. They're not opposing to the idea of that. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing this revolutionary idea. Thank you so much, guys. Holy fucking shit. How thoughtful of you. Seriously, how thoughtful of you. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, now we can't play duos because solos is in. But that's okay, guys. We have quads. And quads ranked. Why the fuck I want to play quads when there's ranked quads? Explain, why do we have 2 quads playlists? Also, here's a genius idea for you all. Here's a genius idea. What about you just keep fucking solos, keep duos, trios ranked, and you have quads that is not ranked. Done. That's it. That's all you have to do. I don't give a shit if there's 5,000 people playing solos and there's 30,000, 40,000 playing duos. I don't give a fuck. Put me on a server with those 5,000 people. It's only, it's not even 100 players now, solos. It's 80 players. So that means you have to matchmake less players on a fucking server. I don't give a shit if it's 5,000 people playing solos. I don't give a fuck. Put me on a fucking solo server while I wait for Monkey to come in, my friend to come in and play with me. And then we're gonna go duos and we're gonna go ranked. This is your fucking solution, Battlefield Studios, DICE, whoever's doing this, ripple effect. Solos, duos, ranked trios, because it makes sense for ranked, because you need more organization. Quads is not fucking organized, especially with this fucking scoring system. And then you have quads for your bigger groups. For the shits and giggles. That is not ranked, of course. Done. Keep this playlist fucking forever and everyone's gonna be happy. The reason people are so angry at Battlefield Studios for RedSec and why some people say it's bleeding players is because of these decisions. We don't have solos for 8 fucking months. 8 fucking months, and we have to force ourselves to play duos with random players for the solo players that want to play the game. They can't play solo for 8 fucking months. And then as soon as you add solos, we're gonna remove duos. Basically, you don't make anyone happy. You don't make solo players happy. and you don't make the people with friends happy. And for some reason, we have ranked squads and unranked squads. Who is making these dumb decisions? In what fucking universe that makes any fucking sense? I'm mad about this because all the fucking games, for some reason, love to do these ridiculous dumb playlists. I do not believe this is something to do with player base. Listen, is it important there's always the least played? Well, for example, I remember Activision said like, oh yeah, Soul is the least played mode in our mode. So? Who gives a shit? What? So what, he has 50% less players than any fucking other mode? Okay, who cares? It's that to provide for the people to play the fucking game that don't want to play with squads. Who gives a shit if there's 10,000 people there or 50,000 people? Dude, like, I don't care. Put me in a fucking server. Put me on a fucking server. Because I'm by myself. But this is why people hate RedSec sometimes. Because you just spit on their fucking faces. You spit on players' faces. You don't respect their fucking time. You want to play the... Oh, I wonder why RedSec is so... it's not in the public psyche. Why people don't talk about RedSec in the public and so on? Like, why people don't talk about RedSec? Why you don't want to play RedSec? It's because you don't fucking provide the tools for them to fucking play the game. To enjoy the way they want to play the game. Takes fucking months, almost a fucking year in a sense, basically, to provide solos. Fucking solos. And then you, for some reason, you decide to rotate duos out and keep 2 squad modes? Why would... You know what? I need to record an episode with Ray in 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna keep going until I'm gonna lose my shit. Really dumb decision. Absolute brain dead decision. I don't know what they were thinking. Okay, anyway, so yeah, because I need to record with Ray in 10 minutes on Patreon episode, so let me just go through this quickly. Since the launch of Ranked Battle Royale, we continued... This is the Ranked Battle Royale section that talked about, the one paragraph, one amazing paragraph. Since the launch of Ranked Battle Royale, we continue reviewing your feedback around matchmaking quality, fairness between ranks, and overall match performance. We continue to monitor ongoing known issues and will share additional updates as further fixes and improvements roll out. Nothing, brother. This tells me nothing. We're just checking feedback. Cool! Do something! Anyway. Alright, Battle Royale, what was this? With our last update, we introduced loot detection. Okay, I don't care about that. Alright, sure. Glowy boxes. Okay, cool. We're introducing high-value zones. Okay, that's more interesting. We're introducing high-value zones, a new feature and design to create high-intensity hotspots across the map to non-ranked Battle Royale modes as well. Okay, at the start of each match, select points of each interest will be upgraded with improved loot. So basically, when you start a match, the map will show you which areas are the high value zones, right? And there's gonna be better loot in those zones. And because there's better loot in those zones, it's gonna be more hot, more people will be landing there, more fights. So if you want to, go into the action, you should land in these locations because high risk, high reward, that type of thing. Great, okay. You know what? I have no problem with that. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's great. Fortnite does it, Warzone does it. No problem. They're also saying that, updating the loot pool with the PP19, the big PP, or the small PP, I don't know, it depends on your perspective. There's a new missile strike package. So apparently it's like a missile strike package requires players to remain aimed down sights while manually guiding the incoming missile towards their targets. That sounds kind of interesting, so I'm really curious how that's going to work. So we'll see. Sounds really interesting, something unique. While this leaves user exposed during the strike, it also offers significant more control and destructive potential by launching 3 guided missiles capable of targeting enemies' vehicles in fortified positions. This is gonna be either broken or underwhelming. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Looking ahead, we're continuing to work on casual battle royale, currently planned for season 3, beat 3, so the stage 3. As we expand the range of ways players can experience RedSec. Fucking casual battle royale, I'm not looking forward to that. And then they promote Portal. Oh no, they're not promoting Portal yet. They're just talking about Portal changes. Like, oh yeah, you get Golmut, you get Gerbaza, and then here you go, community highlights. Some some nice stuff for you to play in Portal. They promote people's creations here. Okay, cool. And then there's a thank you note at the end. How I feel about this blog post? The solos bit pissed me off so much because I don't understand what they're fucking doing. Everything they do with RedSec is just I don't understand what they do with RedSec. It's like they purposely doing this bad decisions purposely just to kill the fucking game or something like that. I know that's not what's happening, but is it lack of expertise? Is it lack of vision? Is it lack of developers? What is it? Is it literally lack of budget or something? I don't understand. All these decisions they did for RedSec, I just brain dead. I absolutely brain dead. I don't understand. RedSec is a good fucking mode, and it doesn't get the love it deserves. It just doesn't get the love it deserves. Came out undercooked as fuck. Sure, we got some nice updates in the last 8 months that improved the game so much. Great, I love it. The game is in a better spot than it was on launch day. That's a fact. But then you release ranked Battle Royale, which is still quads, and the scoring system is very problematic, and it's also fucking buggy as fuck. Not the scoring, the whole game mode is buggy. And then you finally, 8 months later, you introduce solos, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna rotate duos out, so if you have friends, go fuck yourself. But yeah, we're gonna keep quads and quads ranked in the same week. Like when we're gonna keep it as it is. I'm like, I just don't understand. Everything else, it's just like, okay, it's whatever. Like, yeah, new map and so on. Cool. Some changes to the ground vehicles and air vehicles. There's some changes to how the gun performs and everything. So cool. If you make sniping a bit more satisfying, great. That's fine. Overall, it's whatever. It's like some good changes, of course. Don't get me wrong. Some positives, yes, of course. I will praise the positives as I criticize negatives. I have to be fair, but to me, it's just like it doesn't change much. It's just like small updates, basically. But yeah, it just like, yeah, those little things piss me off. Okay, before we end, like just quick topic, just to end the podcast on. Okay, so I did joke about that Modern Warfare 4 was announced recently, and all of you, why would you care? You're Battlefield players, you don't care about Call of Duty. You outsold Call of Duty for the first time ever. You know, who gives a shit, right? Now, Modern Warfare 4, from what they showed and from what they, showcased so far, Call of Duty will be the best-selling game of the year again. Obviously, no, I'm sorry. GTA 6. GTA 6 is coming, regardless. Okay, it's gonna be the second best-selling game of the year, before GTA 6. So GTA 6 will be. I forgot GTA is coming out this year, but anyway. So Modern Warfare 4 is coming out, and it's the direct. Like people say, oh, GTA and everything. Modern Warfare 4 is the direct comparator to Battlefield 6 right now. It's just direct comparator. And from what they showed for Modern Warfare 4, it looks really good. And from all the details I read about the gameplay and everything, it looks very promising. And so if they update Warzone, which they are updating Warzone, they're adding DMZ mode very soon with the game. It's going to be part of the game. So I think the game is coming out October 23rd. So that's gonna be the direct competition with Battlefield for obvious reasons. But all this is not important. This is obvious. But what gets to me, there's some modes that got mentioned in the. Okay, so Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming with 6-on-6 multiplayer. Obviously, yeah. It comes with gunfight. Okay, cool, because it's an Infinity Ward game. Gunfight, I love gunfight. And there's 2 big modes are coming. So I'm guessing it's like a 32 plus player type of modes, and they showed nothing about, they said nothing about, and I don't remember the names of them right now because I should put in the notes before I start recording. But basically, just judging by the name what Modern Warfare 4 is doing with big modes, it sounded like they're doing like a Conquest wannabe, which is probably gonna be the. They did have a Conquest wannabe mode in Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, but Modern Warfare 2 was not that good, and Modern Warfare 2019 was like a poor man's Conquest. But anyway, not the point. The point is that they're adding 2 modes, big player modes into the game that sound like wannabe Conquest and wannabe Breakthrough. So if they add those modes, and they're actually fun, and they're actually good, boy, Battlefield's gonna be in trouble. Battlefield's gonna be in trouble. So Battlefield's better be fucking cooking something in the background to compete with Modern Warfare 4. I know it's not like you don't really should not care about Call of Duty or whatever, but hey, competition matters. I'm not saying these are what is happening in Modern Warfare 4, these are type of modes, but the naming they have for these modes, I said, sorry, I don't remember the mode names that got announced or were mentioned somewhere, but when I read them, I'm like, is this basically Conquest and Breakthrough? If Modern Warfare 4 can have big player numbers, which they can, they already proved it, and it's like wannabe Conquest and wannabe Breakthrough, and the game feels good, and the Warzone update is amazing, and DMZ is also amazing, boy, Battlefield's in trouble. Battlefield's in trouble. So Battlefield 2 is better be fucking cooking something in the background to compete against Modern Warfare 4, because if they don't, boy, it's gonna be a big problem with the player base. The drop is gonna be really big. So that's that. I just want to mention that. That's all. I'm gonna talk about on Patreon and so on with Ray in 5 minutes actually. But yeah, that's a thing. And Modern Warfare 4 looks really cool. Believe it or not. Speaking of Modern Warfare 4, let's go to, just to end the podcast, announcements, because I now I do announcements at the end. Okay, so as we end the podcast, we talked about all this stuff, all the Battlefield stuff and everything. I've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. Fuck me. Anyway, so we do announcements now. So first and foremost, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to Patreon. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. We have some new stuff on Patreon that got released in the last week. I was thinking that month of May is going to be quiet because people were not available. I was not available. Loads of things were happening in the background. And I'm like, ooh, I think it's going to be like a very quiet month. And it happens to be one of the most busiest because suddenly for this week alone, we dropped so much stuff on Patreon. We dropped the live streams. We dropped the new episodes. Now I'm about to record with Ray in 5 minutes because I have to meet him in 5 minutes on Discord and talk about stuff. So that's another Patreon episode. There's loads of stuff happening in the background. I'm like, oh wow, this for a month that was supposed to be quiet, suddenly it's very packed. It's very like ooh. So yeah, loads of things happening on Patreon. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, $2 or $5. Support us, get your early access, get the extra episodes, support us, because without you, this show would not exist. Like I said, this show would not exist without your support. Simple as that. So if you really like my podcast, you really enjoy what I have to say, or just enjoy the vibes that I'm providing, subscribe to Patreon, because you're gonna get not only me, you're gonna get my friends and everything to listen to, and we talk about stuff that is more than just Battlefield. We'll talk about everything else, and we have live streams and everything just for you to check out. Go check out. It's there for a reason, and you can watch the live streams, the VODs 7 days later, because they're the VODs are exclusive to Patreon supporters for 7 days, for a whole week, and after that they become public episodes for everyone to watch. Because, hey, if you're paying for the live streams, the least I can do is give you some access to, exclusive stuff. So that's that. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. And as I'm talking about Call of Duty, I brought a Call of Duty podcast. So back 2 years ago, I was hosting a Call of Duty podcast called Lockdown Player. We did 8 episodes, and it's just a solo episode because loads of my friends don't play Call of Duty, so I'm the only one, but I enjoy Call of Duty enough to be like, you know what, let me talk about Call of Duty, because there's not a lot of Call of Duty podcasts out there anymore, because Call of Duty was not doing well for the last 2 years. For Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 just kind of ruined stuff. But with Modern Warfare 4, I was thinking, you know what, let's bring the podcast back. It's not going to be a regular thing, it's not going to be a weekly episode, that's not happening, because for obvious reasons, I'm still a Battlefield content creator, basically. But hey, if you really care about Call of Duty, go on Spotify, Lockdown Player, or join our Patreon, get early access to future episodes that we'll be releasing early. And yeah, like Lockdown Player, go listen. I talk about Call of Duty, and we have some really good conversations there. And so if you really care about Call of Duty, go check it out. And yeah, so alright. Well, I haven't played. Like I said, I haven't played Call of Duty for Call of Duty. I haven't played Battlefield that much this week. It's because the heat has been fucking brutal, like really, really brutal. So yeah, it's been very brutal. So it's been. I'm sweating right now as I'm recording this. So like, if you're watching this the video form, I don't know, maybe you can see sweat on my, in the video version, because goddamn, it's so fucking hot. Okay, Ray messaged me. All right, he says gonna be on soon. So I'm going to reply to him. But yeah, so go subscribe to Patreon. Go listen to our new Patreon episode I'm about to record. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for all the support. Again, like I said, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means everything to us. Is the best way to support the show. So yeah, thank you guys for everything. Enjoy your Battlefield sessions. Enjoy everything, and don't be mad like me. Don't be a douchebag. So thank you guys for everything. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.